Hey Scorpio, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a bonus read for you. I wanted to say thank you for the 16,000 views for this last month's read. Super thanks so much, Scorpios. I appreciate you. So let's get into it and see kind of what we've got going on. Let's get an overall arching energy card. We've got full moon in Gemini tonight, right? That's about releasing, leaving things behind. Venus is also going retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, I think, which may prove to be a wild ride. So, let's see what we got for love for December. Somebody's missing you, Scorpio. Of course they are. Crying over you. They're regretting their choices, it looks like to me. I think they've gotten themselves backed into a corner by some choices that they've made, and now they've got to, they've made their bed, so to speak. Regret. Regret, bottom of the deck here, or the top of the deck, rather. Somebody is heavily in regret at this moment. Scorpio twin flames out there, you may be feeling a lot of feelings of tension, obsession, anxiety. It looks like this person is also going through a dark night of the soul. Anxiety. They want to reach out and touch you, but they can't. They got themselves trapped in a love triangle and they wasted somebody's time. You could be seeing some signs and synchronicities that this person's manifesting you, what they keep calling manifesting you in. But it's basically just the fact that you have a soul connection and they are in obsession mode about whatever happened or what choices that they made at this time. So let's kind of see maybe some numbers here that could be affecting you. It doesn't have to. I know 1s and 3s and 7s and 4s have been very prevalent for me. So whatever you're seeing in your environment, I've also been seeing a lot of butterfly action. Always see crow action, never fails, but whatever you're witnessing as a regular thing in your environment, pay attention to it. And you need to pay attention to what you're thinking, boom, as it's happening. You're seeing 1s, that's talking about manifestations being in full access and being ready to come into fruition. So make sure when you're seeing 1s that you're bumping your frequency up and making sure you're asking for the right things. Show me what Scorpio may be seeing in their environment, universe. What is Scorpio seeing in their environment? Okay, twin flame numbers 1111. 1111 for some people is communication. For some people it's you're on the right path. If you're looking for validation of a connection, sometimes 1111 will come into play. It's a mirror number for twin flames. 1133, commit to being the best version of yourself, okay? And enjoy the positive impact it has on your connection. Yeah, so 1111 and 1133 look like they are the numbers some people are seeing. 333s in twin flame world mean that union is incoming. Angel numbers, it means about alignment and not being alone, and your ancestors and your ascended masters are there to support you. Keep going, things like that. In twin flame land, 3s are about coming together, coming into alignment, coming into union. So if you're seeing some of those, or whatever it is you're seeing, pay attention to what it is you are seeing, and that will help you try to decipher why you're seeing it. So let's see what's going on in love for Scorpio. Okay, yeah, somebody 4 cups energy. Remember earlier here when we were talking about regret, somebody made a bad decision here. And now the universe is, dark night of the soul is not necessarily, just for twin flames. It's about spiritual awakening. And you don't have to be a twin flame to have spiritual awakening. But this is talking about separation issues with people. and being apart from somebody. And they now know that being apart from you is as a result of the decision that they made. And they regret the decision that they made. So they're sitting here wondering if they're pouting, about the choices they made, feeling sorry for themselves about the choices they made, and wondering, am I going to get another chance? Is the universe going to give me another chance to commit in the right way to Scorpio? Capricorn energies. So lots of Venus retrograde will represent relationships breaking up and coming apart and coming back together in other areas. So yeah, this was about a sexual hiccup. Somebody, the Three of Wands is in the reverse, lost their opportunity due to third-party relationship issues. So Scorpio, your person, may have stepped out of the relationship or whatever variation of that fits with your situation. But the loss is as a result of a choice that they made. Let's see what's going on with Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio's like the Knight of Swords, okay. Scorpio's like, well, okay, but let's talk about what happened. Let's talk about moving away from the idea of Knight of Wands, player, right? So let's see kind of what the Knight of Wands is representing. There could also be a distance between you and your person. Normally I'm naming signs and I'm doing all that, but I'm kind of trying to gravitate away from doing that. I think it limits people's understanding of how it resonates. So yeah, Seven of Swords. There was deception in some way in sex, which shook the foundation of this relationship. Scorpio, you're not quite over it yet. I mean, you're over them, but you're not over that. So it kind of looks like maybe, there might be some vindictiveness and things like that still rolling around in your mind. Sometimes it takes a long time for people to forgive things. Scorpio doesn't ever forget. So, for me, like sometimes it might take me 7 years or more to be able to come out of a place of thinking about someone and what they did in a negative light. So it takes time, and it's not as if the healing comes because you just decide that you're just going to forgive them and that's it. Because, it's love and light. Well, no, that's an avoidance, just like living in toxicity is an avoidance. That pretend stuff is an avoidance. What brings on forgiveness is growth and maturity. What brings on forgiveness is experience. And so you don't just decide to wake up and forgive somebody someday. Okay? You have things in your life that change the way that you think about things, or you grow as a person and you're like, okay, well, either I can understand why they did that, or this is where they were at that time, whatever the situation, but it comes with growth and experience. It just you don't decide to do it. And believe me, when you don't forgive somebody, it's not all fun and games. You are putting the knife in your own heart just like you're putting the knife in their heart, right? And so it takes some time to be able to be strong enough to let go of that. Especially for people who feel like that's the only thing they have to hold on to. If they forgive or they let go of that anger, then it's nothing to them anymore, right? So indifference can also be a kind of a place that people are afraid to get to. Because with anger, you're still feeling things, right? So anyway, you're not quite over it. You're not past it yet, Scorpio. And this is what sort of broke up your happy relationship and you moved on from this situation. Your person is in regret. They are going through the period of time in which they know that they did you wrong, basically. This probably was a third-party situation, but remember, I would say, it's any third-party situation that puts you and your relationship at risk. Work, friends, whatever it is that your person pays more attention to than you. But we do have some specific things that indicate this was a third-party sexual relationship. I think that you're hoping that love will come to you again, and there may be some sort of rebirth for you in love, not necessarily with this person, but you're hoping that there will be another opportunity for you elsewhere in love. So Scorpio, your person's in regret. They may be hoping to come back and reconcile with you, but the thing is, you don't go from pain and hurt and malice to reconciliation. There's a process that happens there, and what they need to start with is an apology and a recognition and some ownership of their behavior issues. Then, once a rapport is established and once trust is rebuilt, if ever the opportunity is there for that, then that's when you get into the other parts. So understand when readers are up here like, oh, there's, blah, blah, blah. Well, yes, but there's a whole process to that before you can get there. So this was definitely sexually charged behavior that broke this relationship up. Scorpio, you're not over it. You are, though, now ready maybe to look for love elsewhere. So your person may be coming back asking for those things. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to give it to them or that you should give it to them. That's up to you. But if you're seeing the patterns of 11s, that could mean that they're incoming. That could mean that you're on the right path. It could also mean that you're on a new path. Because Scorpio, in this spread here, you are going the opposite direction of this person. You moved past it. You haven't let go of it, but you move past this person out of their environment, and I don't think that you're currently speaking to them. You're also looking in this direction with the Lovers here, hoping that you'll find love elsewhere. But remember, the Star card is in reverse. And so while it may be a no for you with this person, if you don't release this and heal it, it may repeat itself in other relationships. So anyway, just saying. All right, so let's get to the blocks for this person here. What do they want? Why are they coming back? Right? Okay, so this person, although it looks really good that, I've changed my mind, I'm trying to be a better person now or whatever. They do have an epiphany about not being able to move forward in their own life as a result of their actions. However, we're talking about with this person a lack of empowerment. So they are still looking to everyone else to solve their problems instead of learning to solve their problems on their own. So what I'm kind of looking at here is somebody with their hand out again because they're lacking. And instead of saying, it was my fault this happened, I'm responsible for this part of it, I need to fix that within myself, which makes me act out this way. They are thinking that your forgiveness, is going to clear the slate and make the problems right again. So this, again, is a person who's not taking responsibility for how they behave. Their block is they're always looking externally for internal resolution. And they're not able to move forward. They are kind of stuck. The epiphany occurs here, though, that they know that they did you wrong, right? I mean, they're recognizing that they did. All right, so let's see what your blocks are. So this is the part about the Gemini moon and this energy with the Gemini moon about leaving things behind. So Scorpio, for you, even though you've moved out of this person's environment, you may not have let go completely of what happened here. And this person's looking for you to solve their internal problem externally. So sort of mirroring behavior, right? But what you're leaving behind is setting the boundary. So let me explain that. So when you set boundaries, you're not always setting boundaries for everybody else around you. You're setting boundaries for yourself, and setting boundaries is part of self-care, right? So for example, I always try to not schedule reads on Friday night because I know I'm going to be tired. I'm always at my lowest energy point on Friday evening. But sometimes I do, and I always regret doing it because I'm not at my best. And so, I was thinking to myself today, thinking about, well, you know what? You should have put that boundary down. Why didn't you do that? You know how you are on Friday evening, and it's your fault that you're not managing that and you're not taking that self-care because you know that's going to be a hot spot for you. So setting that boundary is not always about telling everybody else, hey, buddy, you're crossing my line. It's about self-care for yourself, about not accepting things anymore. So setting the boundary for you is going to be like, okay, fine, I forgive you, but you know what? I'm sorry, I can no longer be a part of your world. But you're setting the boundary for yourself that you're going to let go of this. You're going to leave it in the past and learn from it and move forward. When this has happened, this is not because you deserved it. It's not because you're a bad person or any of those things. It's because this is a character flaw with someone who at the root of the matter here is always looking for an external solution to an internal problem. And so fucking around on you is the very same thing. They are looking for a momentary resolution externally to an internal problem. The internal problem is that they need validation, right? And so they're looking for outward validation to that internal issue. So that's their block in a nutshell. This 5 of coins having their hand out is their block because you've got a person who seeks outward validation for whatever reasons. It comes in the form of, stepping out of a relationship on a sexual level. So let's see what's going on with Scorpio and their blocks. Scorpio, you do have the Lovers coming into your life, but because it's also Gemini, I think, and it's right next to the Star card in reverse, I really kind of think this is about you letting go of something for your own sake and moving past it and moving toward new love. It's about you standing here, this person standing here on this whatever thing they are. It's the World card, right? But they're saying, I'm free. I'm free of all this shit circling around me that I've been carrying around. And I'm going to leave it in 2021. I'm not going to carry it into 2022 with me. That's what it's calling for you to do. Release it. Show me Scorpio blocks. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, Scorpio, buckle up. You're not going to want to hear this shit. Okay, Scorpio, your blocks, it's talking about you going into a period of time, okay, in which you are telling this person when they come for this reconciliation with their hand out, okay, you are opening up enough that you're accepting their apology. You are unblocking, this mind block you got on them over here, right? You're unblocking it enough to accept their apology and to free yourself with this 8 of Swords here, to free yourself from this negative energy here that keeps following you with this situation. So what you're saying is, okay, instead of holding back, I'm going to open up a little bit, let this person say what they have to say, because I'm freeing myself from this situation. And I'm going to hear them out. I'm going to accept their apology, but they're going to come in with some little bullshit offer too at the same time. And Scorpio, what this is saying that you need to do is say, okay, I accept your apology. Thank you so very much. Of course, you're growing and they're growing while this apology is happening. But that's where I can go with you. I can't go any further with you, and I can't accept any offers of any kind from you. Because I'm having closure here. I'm forgiving, but I'm moving on. And that means that you can't come with me, because this apology and this being willing to receive the apology represents a level up for you, Scorpio. And where you're going, you can't take this person with you because they're, number one, they're not healed. And number two, they haven't learned how to resolve internal issues. They keep looking to the outside to solve the inside, right? And that pattern is that lack pattern that they have is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow and grow until the same shit happens and they need, a little stroke again, right? So you're saying, look, I've learned my lesson. Of course, I forgive you. Thank you very much for the apology. I'm freeing myself from this situation also, but I can't accept your offer. I'm not going to be going where you're going because I have 1111. I have a new path to be going on my own. So your block is, Scorpio here, is opening up and accepting the apology, letting it take its course that way, and looking at it as freeing yourself from the situation as opposed to giving in to the situation. Okay. All right, so let's see what the blocks between the two of you are. So this is a classic example of a Gemini moon situation in which you're releasing. And you are moving forward and you're leaving things behind. And you're also incorporating being grateful for your current situation and what you have currently, right? I'm glad. Thank you for coming into my life and teaching me a lesson. End of story. And this may have been a thorn in your side, Scorpio, that you've been carrying with you for quite a long time. And this may re-trigger you often. Okay, yeah, so yes, Scorpio, you are in Queen of Swords energy about this, a rejection mode. You're ready for that battle. Because Scorpio, I think what you want to do is make them feel like they made you feel. And with Scorpios, I've heard it said that Scorpios hang on to things. I mean, I can't imagine. But I've heard it said that Scorpios hang on to things sometimes when they're in low vibrating energy about something that hasn't been healed, of course. They have a tendency to hang on to things, I like to treat it like it's an Akashic Records thing with a filing cabinet, okay? And you're putting it back there for reference about someone's capability and what, behavior they're capable of, so you can know to avoid that in the future, but call it what you want. So you're going to want to have a tendency to hold on to this so that you can make them feel like they made you feel. Which doesn't do anything, okay, but keep that cycle going, that tit for tat shit cycle going. It doesn't do anything. It lets them know that, don't fuck with me, but it doesn't alleviate it, right? It doesn't alleviate the negative it. So it looks like what it's saying here is, there's a lot of negativity between the two of you. There's not going to be a whole lot of abundance in this situation other than having some closure here. Man up, man down. I think that you already won, Scorpio, considering how this person chooses to operate in their life. You kind of are already the winner, right? This person needs validation. And if they don't get attention, they got to go get attention. Okay. I personally don't have time for that. And I feel like, that I don't have the patience anymore that I used to with shit like that with people. And so I'm just like, now if I even sense it, if I even sense some bullshit with somebody who can't handle themselves and act like a grown up and, validate themselves, I automatically am like, no, I don't have the patience for it. No. I mean, I'm talking about romantically, right? So somebody who needs that kind of attention will always need that kind of attention because they're not self-soothers, okay? And so it's kind of like, Scorpio, you've already won. You already won. But I think it's important for you to hear the words, I'm sorry, or I apologize, or I shouldn't have done that, or whatever they say. But remember, they are using that as a means to solve an internal problem, to lift their, their bad conscience over here about something that they have been carrying around as a form of guilt. They want to dump it. And of course, we know it's much bigger than that. So, but they're still looking for you to solve their problem. So in my eyes, you kind of have already won this battle. There's really no battle here with somebody who's kind of like that, because it's kind of like, they're not on your level. They don't have the foresight. They are very short-sighted. They're very shallow. They're very surface. And for me as a Scorpio, it's hard for me to get behind that. Somebody who doesn't have a depth at all. And it's all about me, and I need some attention. Go play a video game or go away somehow. That's what I have to say about those people. If you need attention that bad, my God. Do you do any kind of self-care in your life? I mean, please. So I think you've already won. And I think that it's okay to hear the words, and I think it's okay to accept an apology from this person. But what's going to get this person's goat is that you've already won. And you're going to have the ability to say, yes, thank you very much for your apology. I appreciate that. But I've got a meeting. I got to go. I'm not accepting anything else from you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But I'm kind of done. Man up. Because you see the short-sightedness of this person, you're a discerner. And although it may just be under the surface to strike out at this person, you're not going to. I think you will accept what they have to say. But the burn in this situation is that you've outgrown this and you have become indifferent to what it is, right? You will get to that point. And the burn in this situation is that they're over here, lamenting and feeling guilty and going through this crap all the time because of something they brought on themselves. And you're just going to give this thing of, oh, okay, thank you. Oh, would you look at the time? You know what I mean? So that's going to be the long game, slow burn for this situation. And it's completely unintentional on your part. So just keep that in mind if you're hanging on to this thing. Really, to win this, you throw it, you drop it, you throw it out. Don't hold on to it anymore. Leave it behind. All right. Anyways, so let's see how this person feels about Scorpio, or let's see about some new love for Scorpio. How about that? Talking about this fool all day long. Show me some new love for Scorpio. Okay. Ooh. Scorpio, you're also going to be going on a new spiritual path. I think you're leaving a lot of stuff behind this year in 2021. Your intuition, Scorpios, are going to be very heightened during this time. It's almost like, boom, you get a level up, right? And you're going to be leaving a lot of empty glasses behind you, a lot of emptiness and lack of depth and lack of non-starters and things like that. You're going to be leaving a lot of that in the past because you're looking for something real and tangible and with some meat to it. You're following your intuition very heavy coming into this new year, I can tell you that. And you are not going to be giving people the time of day who are not given back to you. So that's going to be, maybe that's going toward your North Node path. But you're going to be relying very heavily on your intuition, and anything that's not in alignment with your intuition, you're leaving in the past. You're leaving it behind. Now, this could be, for some of you Scorpios, this could have been over a 10-year period of time that you have been entertaining shit that's not working out, or you're entertaining things that are kind of half-ass. You know, and you keep sitting around trying to make conversation with people who, you know, it's like talking to yourself. You're going to be leaving a lot of that behind because you're looking for depth coming into this new year. So you are going to be going for people and being attracted to people who are insightful, soulful, who love deep conversations, who are just, you know, their antennas are out here and they're very intuitive and they're picking up on things. You could be going for people who are more spiritual in nature. But funny enough, I see you gravitating toward Cancer and Pisces a lot more in this new year. Call me crazy. But you're needing an emotional depth, okay? Now, Cancer, you know, they can go deep with the Scorpio. They just don't live there like Scorpio does. So you got to manage your expectations on that. Pisces, though, I think may be a good match for you if they're a high vibrating Pisces who knows how to communicate. You may be experiencing more soul connections, more desire for a soul connection moving into 2022. So you're going to be leaving bullshit people and bullshit things in the past, and you're going to be looking for deeper meaning, deeper love, deeper connection in 2022. You're also going to be, there's going to be a lot of abundance coming into you in 2022 as well. Because you've got 8s, and 8s are about abundance coming in. You have 2 8s. You're going to be looking for more fulfilling work as well, more depth in your work. You're going to be putting in more hours at work in 2022 because you're trying to build something. The only thing I can say to you is make sure that you stay balanced coming up in this new year, because you're going to have a tendency to want to be grinding it in 2022, both with people, with relationships, with work, with, you know, depth of things. That's going to be a big theme for you. Don't run yourself down, because when you get tired and you run yourself down, you get defensive and you want to start fucking people up, right? So just remember to maintain your balance in work and love and work and play, or whatever, and be very, very mindful about a spiritual balance as well. Like I was saying, part of laying down a boundary is self-care. So remember self-care moving forward in 2022, because you are going to be very kind of a one-track mind in what it is that you're seeking and looking for in fulfillment. So anyway, Scorpio, this turned out to be kind of a long one. You're letting go of somebody. Somebody may be coming back. You're going to have an opportunity for closure. But you are going to be looking for deeper connection in the coming year. So today's a beautiful day to let go of some shit. You're letting go of things that are half full or not full at all. You're letting go of people who are not contributing to you. and your growth. So stay hopeful, and I'll see you guys later.